Hello everyone and welcome to my British English accent training lesson 11, in which I'm going to focus on the London Olympics, and I want to discuss a few things for you. I'll do some pronunciation practice. There's also some useful vocabulary about the Olympics, and also many links to the BBC website for news stories and all the other information that you need. So in order to find all of this, please look at the notes which I will post in the YouTube description or below the video on the other websites, and I'm going to read through that for you. Right at the top you're going to find the BBC Guide to the Games, so if you click on that link there you will find the home page for the BBC website about the Olympics, and from there you can find absolutely everything you need. And so the Olympics last from the 27th of July and they'll finish on the 12th of August. Now there are different ways we describe the Olympics. For the ones in Britain right now, we often call them London 2012. That is like the brand name, London 2012, or the London Olympics. And so in general they are called the Olympics or the Olympic Games. You can use those interchangeably. So the team from Britain is called Team GB, GB for Great Britain, which includes England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. But there was some controversy about this. Some of the countries were unhappy because there is a team which includes all the nations, and you can read about that there. I've posted a link, Controversy over Mix for GB Football Team, where you can understand some of the arguments between the different countries in Britain. That might be interesting for some of you. Perhaps one of the most famous things so far was the opening ceremony done by director Danny Boyle, who did the film Slumdog Millionaire, which was a very famous film. In some cultures it's just called The Millionaire, set in India. And you can see all the pictures about that in the link below there. So some of the main stories so far: China won the first gold, and a 16-year-old from China broke a world record in swimming. That was quite amazing, to say the least. And the events are being held mainly in London, of course, but there's also some football in Cardiff, Manchester, sailing in Weymouth on the south coast, and some other cities are involved as well. Now here I've done a list of sports. These are quite unusual sports, so let me practice a pronunciation for you a bit. They might be difficult. Rowing, rowing, swimming, swimming, cycling, cycling, sailing, sailing, martial arts such as judo, judo, karate, karate, taekwondo, taekwondo, water polo, where people are in the swimming pool and they throw a ball around to each other. I don't know why. Water polo, fencing, fencing, weightlifting, weightlifting, athletics, which covers all the sports which take place within the Olympic Stadium on the track and field. We also call those track and field events. So those are athletics. For example, the 100-meter sprint. If you're running very fast for a short distance, it's called a sprint. And the most famous event is the 100-meter sprint. And something interesting, the event of pentathlon, pentathlon, that's 5 sports, heptathlon, heptathlon, 7 sports, and decathlon. decathlon, 10 sports. So if you check the notes there, it's something interesting. Pen, hep, deck. At the beginning of words, these often mean or relate to the numbers 5, 7 and 10. So check that out, the relation between those prefixes and the numbers. So below that I've listed some of the most famous Olympians, such as Usain Bolt from Jamaica. There's a story about him next to his name, who of course is he can run incredibly fast. There is a tennis player, Roger Federer. Michael Phelps, a swimmer from the US. Please see that story next to his name about him making a new record for the amount of medals ever by one person. He has 19 altogether. And some of the most famous sports people from Team GB, Bradley Wiggins, Sir Chris Hoy, those two are cyclists, Jessica Ennis, Rebecca Adlington, Andy Murray, Ben Ainsley, who does sailing, and Tom Daly, who's a diver. And so everyone in the Olympics wants to win medals. If you finish third, the English name for that is bronze. You get a bronze medal. If you finish second, you get a silver medal, silver. And of course, everyone wants a gold medal for finishing first. And finally, at the bottom, there are a few more stories which you can read about, some other news about the Olympics. So before the Olympics, there were some problems about the company recruiting staff. A company called G4S, for some reason, could not find enough staff to protect the games. My special guest from a previous week, Benjamin, had a problem there. He tried to work for them, but there was a problem there. They did not communicate. There was a mistake with the North Korean flag right at the beginning, where the organisers at a football match put the North Korean players next to a South Korean flag. This caused a big argument. You can read about it next to there. There's been some arguments recently about empty seats in the stadium. Of course, everyone wants to see the Olympics, so people are very angry that if they cannot get tickets, there are some empty seats there. And finally, the medals table. So if you click on that final link, you can see who is currently top, and probably it is China. So when I made this video, the 2nd of August, I'm just waiting to see who is at the top. But it is not working. I'm fairly sure it would be China. And yep, there it is. Right now, China is number 1 with a total of 33. The US is 2nd. Great Britain is, Team GB is 5th for now. So have a look at that and see how it progresses. Well, I have covered all the material for this lesson about the Olympics. I hope it was useful. You could learn some new vocabulary and pronunciation. Remember to check the links above the notes. You can find there my YouTube channel where I've done many videos. You can watch them all for free. The Facebook group, please send a join request. We will accept you for other lessons. You are very welcome. Also, I have a Twitter account if you want to use that, and other websites too. Everyone is welcome to use them all. So I hope that everyone is enjoying the Olympics and that you continue to do so if you are interested in them. Good luck to your country and team. Please feel free to discuss with me. Send me a message to tell me something about it if you want to. I would be happy to discuss with you on the internet. And that is all for today. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.